All right, welcome back to another episode of Certified Casuals. We are on episode 14. Today we are talking all things NFC, piggybacking from what we were talking about last week. We went through all the AFC divisions, winners, predictions, and all that. So now we're talking NFC. If we have enough time, we're going to go through my QB tier list, judge it, and then we'll finish off with our draft. So stay tuned. All right, boys. Today we are talking all things NFC. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my little list here just to make sure that we are staying on track with all our divisions. Again, we have an honorary NFC fan here with Austin. Let me go ahead and pull this up. But how are you guys doing, man? Everybody's doing well?
Not too bad.
Awesome.
Ready for football.
Ready for football. All right, boys. So first things first, we are going to start off with the NFC East. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a quick little overview, and then everybody will get an opportunity to give their opinions. So in the NFC East, Eagles, the Cowboys, the Commanders, and the Giants. Obviously, with the Cowboys, you have Dak Prescott, you have
George Pickens,
George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Caleb Downs, which I was hoping the Dolphins could have signed. Again, I think they're going to have a pretty good year. Then we move on to the Eagles, where A.J. Brown is gone. I think there's going to be a little bit more cohesion in there. The team is going to perform a little bit better. I think they have the ability of having a top 5 defense. You then have the Giants with John Harbaugh coming in. Again, I think he is a culture setter. I don't know how fast that's going to happen. I don't see them finishing first or second in their division. I'm leaving that for the Cowboys and the Eagles. And then we have the Commanders, who I'm a big fan of Jaden Daniels. He had a little bit of a down year last year after going to the NFC Championship in his rookie year. I think that injuries. They have the ability of being a great team, but everything needs to come together. So just quickly, my predictions before we go around the horn here. I have the Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants. That's how I think the NFC East is going to turn out. Victor, since you're wearing the Cowboys jersey, you get to go first. Give me a little overview on how you think the division is going to go, some opinions on each team. Talk to me.
So big. So growing up, I was a big Philly fan. Loved the Eagles with McNabb, and it's been a good ride to see them how they operate. But I think it's due. I think it's time for the Cowboys to come out and, with an explosive offense. You're talking about two of the best wide receivers in the league. You're talking about Dak Prescott. You can hate him or love him, but Dak Prescott is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And it comes down to their defense. If their defense can play, a lot better than they did last year, I can see them going all the way to the Super Bowl. So hey, I'll take the Cowboys to reign in the NFC East, and with that offense, man, it's going to be very hard to stop them this year, and a much better improved defense. So
you have the Eagles finishing second.
Eagles second, Commanders, and then I think that the Giants still have a lot to do. They have a lot to grow, and they have a lot of young guys, promising guys, but it comes down to, hey, can you set the tone this year? And I think Harbaugh does a great job at that. I mean, of course he did it, in Baltimore. Now it's his chance to get a group of guys that are young, but I think it's going to take them 3 years for them to be competing for the division.
Okay, Austin, what do you got this division looking like? What order do you think they finish in? And what do you think about them Cowboys? Do you think they're going to win it or what?
The what? The Cowboys?
Yeah, you think?
Absolutely not. The Cowboys.
America's team, man.
The Cowboys. Come on.
I don't know who chose that, but we got to review that.
They look, yeah, for real. They look good. They definitely have made significant improvements over the last couple of years. But I do not see them at the top of the division. What I see, no, actually, I'm gonna give. Yeah, excuse me, I misspoke. I do see them the top of the division. I'm just obviously joking about the Cowboys stuff. You know, everybody ranks on the Cowboys, but I do have them at the top of the division.
You think they beat the Eagles for the NFC East championship?
I think the Eagles take a step back this year.
Yeah.
They have a completely different play calling system. This is where I'm going to ruffle some feathers. I got the Giants second in the division this year. I think that's my hot take of the season, of the NFC season. Excuse me. The Giants, I feel, are going to impress a lot of people. The flashes I saw last year, and then you bring a coach like Harbaugh in, I'm like, okay, I like them. They're young. They're talented. Hot take. It could go completely, south. But that's just my hot take. I think the Eagles I think this is going to be an actually pretty competitive division. Like, it's going to be a step up from the past couple years. Jaden Daniels, dude, it was I really like Jaden Daniels, but it was just a sad season for him. Injury plagued from the jump. And every chance he got to get back in it, it just kept happening. And then luckily that arm, the dislocated elbow, wasn't as bad as initially a lot of people thought. He was able to still finish out the season. But I think the Commanders, like I said, and this is no disrespect to any of these teams. I actually have never liked this division, but I think this division is going to be very competitive this year with pretty much winning records all around. But I got it: Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Commanders.
Wow, can we talk about who's the best quarterback in the NFC?
Yeah. So I want to
Prescott. Oh, in the NFC.
NFC East. And since we're talking about the East,
NFC East. We're gonna focus
NFC
on
East. Dak Prescott.
Okay.
I do think, man. So George in his podcast, he predicted the Eagles, and he says he's not a homer. He predicted the Eagles to go 15-2, which is just
what?
But Chevy, talk to me about the quarterbacks in that division again with Dak, Jalen, Jaden.
I think Jackson Dart, has still a lot to prove. I like him and Scott. I think they're super dynamic together. I think they fit in that New York vibe, but they still have a lot of time and a lot of talent to develop. They have it, but I don't think they're there just yet. Regarding the Eagles, they did lose a huge component to that offense, even though he maybe wasn't being used as he should have last season. I think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback per se, right? Then Jaden Daniels, I was watching. Well, I basically binged that quarterback on Netflix. Yeah. It is such a good show, but again, he was riddled with injuries last year, and it's hard to see. He's so thin. I think he needs to bulk up a little bit. But I have the Commanders in second, actually. I got Cowboys, Commanders, Eagles, Giants. Wow. And then I think Dak gets a lot of crap, man. He really does. But I think with CD and George Pickens and how they were looking last year, I think this year, not for the Super Bowl, but at least for the NFC East, I think this is their year to be first. And he has the talent for it, and they have the talent. He has talent to throw to, and I think they're gonna do good. I think it's gonna be Cowboys, Commanders, Eagles, Giants.
So Jose, talking about this division, you drafted Malik Neighbors with your first overall pick in our fantasy last year, and
I'm a bold man, bro.
He got injured. If you're listening on Spotify,
brother.
Oh my God, no, he didn't.
And I got pissed because he took it from me, but thank God.
Well, yeah, it worked
You
out.
got number 2?
Jose, walk me through your thoughts on this division. What order do you see it going? Give me a little bit more input on the Giants. Do you think Malik Neighbors can come back healthy? Do you think they can have a good year? Talk me through it.
Well, as far as Malik Neighbors goes, man, word out of camp is he regressed and now he's making up ground. The knee's not looking very good, man. I personally wouldn't even touch him in fantasy this year. I'll be brutally honest. I don't think the knee injury was that severe that's going to hinder his at least his explosiveness this year. That being said, you're in a team that relies heavily on you. And then you got an entire coaching change. They got a long way to go as far as the Giants are concerned. Jackson Dart's got a lot to prove. Great talent. Cam Scatterbo's a freaking monster. But they got a lot of growth. They got a lot of growth to do there. They got to mature, especially those big three names like Neighbors, Scat, and Jackson Dart. As far as the division goes, man, I got Philly winning it. Very close with Dallas in second. I think A.J. Brown leaving Philadelphia is kind of a blessing for both sides.
I agree.
Yeah, I can see that.
Devontae Smith has proven that he can be the wide receiver one in that team. And Saquon Barkley's just itching to get back on the field and just plow his way probably to another 1,700 yards this season. So I got Philly first. Dallas, dude, it's CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, Javonte Williams. Where'd that guy come out from?
Yeah.
And you got a reliable quarterback in Dak. I don't think he's the best in the NFL, but he's a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback, actually. One of the top right now in the league. When we get to the bottom, it gets really murky. And I got Washington in third.
Yeah, me too.
And I think Washington can possibly push for a wild card this year.
I'd like to see it. I like their team.
Yeah, I love their team, man. And I think Jaden Daniels he's going to bounce back, man. He was injury riddled last season. He's a great quarterback. In terms of talent and in terms of upside, man, I feel like he's got the highest of all three. As far as just talent in general. And then at the end, I got New York, man. New York they got so much growing up to do. Still, they're a young team, but they're motivated, man. They got one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, probably. They're very young, so.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
That order, Carlos. How do you see it going?
So I'm going completely opposite of everybody. Give me the Commanders to win it. NFC East, most of
Okay.
division in the NFL. Seems like every year there's a new winner, right? It's Eagles, Cowboys. It's like they all take turns, and I think Commanders gonna win this year. You guys already touched up on a lot of points. Jackson Dart taking that next step as he builds chemistry with Malik Neighbors. Cam Scatterbo coming back from that injury. So there's a lot of good things coming out from New York. Hopefully they can stay healthy. And then I do see the Eagles taking a step back. So I got the Commanders, the Eagles, and then I got the Cowboys and the Giants.
That order. Okay. All right. I mean, I like it. I mean, the best part about the NFL is that you never know. You never know what's going to happen, and that's why when they come out with like the toughest schedule at the end of the year, you don't even think about it because so many things happen in one league year that what happened last year never really affects what happens this year. For the most part,
Right.
we're going to move on to another extremely interesting division, which is the NFC South. Now, the NFC South, you have the Saints, the Bucks, the Panthers, and the Falcons, right? And obviously, as Dolphins fans, we're looking at the Falcons. You know, we got Tua, which first day of training camp, he was already injured, but he was back today. I do think that he has talent around him to be successful. And like I've mentioned in other pods, I do think playing in Atlanta is an advantage to him because he's playing in a division where he doesn't have to play in the cold. He gets to play a lot of those division games inside in a dome. which is where he'll thrive. With the Saints, I mean, they had almost an offensive rookie of the year last year. I don't know if he won it or not. Tyler Shuck.
No, he didn't.
I think he has but I know he was nominated. He has the potential of being a good quarterback. And they just re-signed Alvin Kamara. They have David,
Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne, or HN, as he likes to.
As he says it,
Travis
yeah.
Etienne.
Which is a nice backfield. Chris Olave just got paid today, so they're pretty interesting. You got the Bucks and an angry Baker Mayfield, who just came out today saying how he felt disrespected with that 2-year contract that they were offering him. So he is not signed. Baker Mayfield is angry. Listen, I think good things are going to happen for the Bucks. Now the problem is he going to want to stay with the Bucks next year when he balls out? And then you have the Panthers. I'm not a big believer in Bryce Young. They did make it to the playoffs last year, but nothing. To me, that team just it doesn't scream to me like, hey, we're here, we're here. So for me in that division, I'm going to have to go with Bucks, Saints, Falcons,
Panthers. Wow.
And I'm going to go there because, number one, I don't think either of the two starting quarterbacks for the Falcons are going to stay healthy. And I don't believe in the Falcons' defense. I don't like betting against Baker Mayfield. I think, again, like I mentioned, he's going to have an incredible year. I am pretty high on the Saints. And, again, the Panthers just don't do it for me. I think Bryce Young, it's not impressive to me. But, again, they made the playoffs last year. So I think they're going to make a regression, but who's to say they don't win the division? And again, that's the beauty of all football. We're going to start with Jose on this one, so that way everybody takes different turns going in different orders. Jose, what do you think? I know you're a Tampa guy, so what do you think about this division? How do you see it going? And also, real quick before I do that, Carlos, that arm, what are we doing with that arm? I know everyone's thinking it, but I'm curious.
It's my cat, bro.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I don't know if he's trying to hold up the wall. I don't know what's going on there, but it was just,
you had something going on there, bro.
He didn't let me focus, and I was like, all right, Jose, talk to me, bro.
All right, bro. So, man, this is such a murky division, man. It's been murky forever. Yeah. I got the Bucks winning it as well. One thing that I do know is never piss off Baker Mayfield. A guy who will freaking kill your dreams. And then on top of that, man, he's got so many freaking targets. Even with Mike Evans leaving, dude, you still got Chris Godwin. You still got Emeka Buga. You still got Kate Otten. You got this new guy that they picked up from the draft. So that offense is, if that offensive line can stay healthy, man, and then on top of that, you got Bucky Irving coming back, which
and you drafted Ruben Bain for my
and they brought in Ruben Bain, man. So the defense is, and then on top of that, you got Vita Vea, pissed off too.
Sucks.
I think they win the division, man. Second, I think New Orleans as well as you. I think Tyler Shuck is just an amazing talent under center. Great arm, great pocket presence, and believe it or not, man, it's kind of like hitting, bro. The guy can scoop, like he can run. So, and then on top of that, you seal up Chris Olave. You got Jordan Tyson coming in, which awesome talent in the draft.
As long as he stays healthy, he's going to be a great.
Right. You got a decent offensive line. You still got Alvin Kamara. You bring in Travis Etienne, which is amazing. And then Jawan Johnson, which is about as reliable of a tight end as you could get. And their defense is pretty sneaky. It's not, it's not the best in the NFL, but it's pretty stout. Now, third and fourth teams. I got Carolina over Atlanta.
I can see that.
I have zero faith in Bryce Young. But then you look at their receiver room. And you look at Ted McMillan. And then you start thinking, okay, well, as long as he can get the ball to him and Jalen Coker, might have something here. Not enough to really do much, but it's enough. And then hold your eyes open, because Jonathan Brooks is coming.
I was gonna say
That offensive line is not bad. So keep your eyes peeled for that guy. And Chuba Hubbard's going to be a freaking ghost. And then, man, Atlanta's just a mess, dude.
Bro, they just
I hate.
How are you not excited about that?
You overpay Kyle Pitts, who hasn't done anything in freaking how many years that he's been in the league. Then Tua, who's already injured.
Drake London.
Drake London, that's about it. You got Bashawn Robinson.
Yeah.
So
and to me, I think Kyle Pitts with Tua has an opportunity. I think he can play that Jonnu Smith.
he might. Yes, yes, that's very true.
But
So yeah, I got him in that order, man. I just see, Atlanta just looks ugly, dude.
yeah,
It just looks ugly to me.
and I like Kevin Stefanski coming in. I just don't trust their defense.
Mm-hmm.
Victor, what do you think about that division, brother? You're muted.
Well, I think like Jose couldn't say it any better. I mean, you could literally lose more games in that division than win, and still make the playoffs, right?
Yep.
But of course, with the Bucks, with Mayfield, you always have a chance to win. I mean, this guy, man, I've seen so many games where the Bucks were just down, and he just clawed
Baker
and would come back and win, man. So like when you have someone like him, whether he has a contract or not, like he is going to play to show the Bucks and possibly another team that, hey, I can be the man. So when you have him as the best quarterback, I'm always going to go with the best quarterback in the division, right? So I'll have
Right.
them. But even though I'm not a Bryce Young super fan, listen, I thought he was going to be done after his first couple years, right? But hey,
yeah,
Came back.
like, I'm like, man, and it takes sometimes you need that. You need to hit rock bottom to like, man, say like,
Yeah.
all right, can I be somewhat better? Maybe not the best quarterback in the division, but can I be better? And with McMillan, which was one of my sleeper picks last year in the fantasy, I think you can do something. So I'll have them as my second, pick or second place. Then New Orleans, listen, man, bright future. If you can hit on that quarterback, I think you'll have a bright future. But it's going to take some time to at least develop, the rest of the team. They do have some ballers, and let me not start with Tua, man. Tua, he needs to retire. Like he needs to just call it a game, call it a career, and just move
I
on,
agree.
bro. You are just waiting for another hit. I mean, what is it now? You're back. What's next? So like with
It's always
that,
been his back.
I mean, it's just like, dude, it's time to move on. And then, of course, Bijan Robinson, I'm gonna give him a big credit because he won me my fantasy last year on the last night. He scored me like 38 points. So but you need a quarterback, man. I mean, and this is a league where if you don't have that quarterback, might as well tank and try to get one in the draft or trade for one. So, I think Atlanta, they reached with Tua. So, we'll see. But I think Mayfield is going to lead the way. And as long as the team performs, because we saw that last year too, where they were performing well. And then at the end of the season, like they started losing games. And so it just comes down to, hey, can they play complementary football, all sides of the ball and go out there and win?
Right.
yeah. Carlos, what do you see this division going like? Do you think are you with all of us? You think the Bucks are going to take it, or how do you see it going?
My 2026 dark horse will be the New Orleans Saints winning the league. Kellen Moore is going to really elevate this team. And again, they don't need to win 12 games to win
No, they
the
don't.
So I see New Orleans winning this division. I got Tampa coming in second. And then give me the Falcons coming in third. And then Carolina's gonna come in fourth. Bryce Young, great story, tough kid, right? Alabama kid, but I think they still need a few more pieces to really compete. They didn't make the playoffs last year, but they didn't really do much. So we'll see. We'll see how the season goes, but I think this is New Orleans' year.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Austin, talk to me, brother. What do you see? Do you also have New Orleans or the Bucks up there? Or you got some?
Yeah. I got the Bucks. I'm Baker Mayfield's just a dog. Was on track last season in the beginning of the season to be MVP. Like could have very easily, if he continued the season that way, just been in the topic of conversation. He's got a squad behind him. I hope Bucky Irving can get out of his head this year because that's what he's fighting. You know, he's an athlete that got injured for the first time in his career and didn't know how to react. So he started a mental spiral. He gets out of his head and gets back to himself. Bucky Irving's a problem. He's a complete 3-down back. I think their offense fires on all cylinders, with or without Mike Evans. Excuse me. But I do agree with everybody everybody beside Carlos. I've got the Saints making a run. But like I'm not to say I'm disagreeing with Carlos because they could shock the division.
I agree.
They could.
That's why they're my second, because I think there's a chance. But
Jordan Tyson is a phenomenal receiver. Chris Olave does not get his flowers because he's had quarterbacks throwing him concussion balls his whole career, poor guy. But I think you see him finishing top 5 fantasy this year. Like you heard it here first. Chris Olave with Tyler Shuck with some chemistry might be a problem. Write that down because that's a late draft sleeper.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree.
And also I'm pretty high on the Panthers, dude. Like Bryce Young, you all right over there, Ali?
Yeah, I'm good. Keep it going. I don't
No, Bryce Young, dude, definitely took a step up last year. I think this offense needs a run game, and when they had a run game, they, for some reason, went away from Rico Dowdle. I think they get an even better version of that with Dylan Brooks. He's shifty. If he's healthy and can play to full potential, he's of that Jahmyr Gibbs-esque. Like he's nice. And then it's just I don't like what I'm seeing out of the Falcons camp already, dude. Both quarterbacks hurt. Signing a quarterback I've never heard of. Bijan Robinson though, like he's saucy, bro. He's
That's ridiculous.
top 2 running back in the league. I can't give it to him because just straight Lions guy. I got to give it to my boy Jahmyr. But no, he's right there. It's tit for tat, and Drake London is another incredible receiver that could do a lot of things. Kyle Pitts, I think Jose was a little too hard on the guy because I'm gonna be honest with you. He's been Kyle shits for me for a while. But after
stinky pits for me, bro.
But after last year, 1,000-yard season, I think he's on the uptick, especially if Tua can stay healthy, like you guys previously stated. He's going to be playing most of his games this season in a dome. The guy, you got to give him his flowers. He's accurate. He can throw the ball. But it's Tua, so we don't know where that's going to go. Wish him nothing but the best, but that's how I got the division. Bucks, Saints, Panthers, and hot take: Jalen Coker is going to lead that offense in receiving yards this year.
Interesting. All right, Chevy, how do you got it?
I'm gonna go with my favorite quarterback in the league. Give me Baker and the Bucks. I think that team is incredible. They started super hot last year.
Hoping you didn't say.
Oh God, no. I mean, I don't have him that low down there, but Baker dealt with some injuries last year. It came down to a game whether they were gonna make it or not, and it sucks to see it like that. But especially that Baker couldn't do anything about it, right? I was looking on the show, and this guy's watching on TV, looking at at least a season go by, But I think Tampa is going to be first. I do believe the Saints will be second, but I believe the Falcons will be third.
Yeah, that's all
I have faith enough in Tua to make something happen, and again, he doesn't really need to throw a ball. I mean, he did have a great running back here in Miami. Like, I don't want to compare them, but he's had good backs, right? Yeah. He's had good backs behind him, so I don't know that that'll make the biggest difference, but I do think maybe a change of scenery, and again, playing in a dome will make the difference. And yeah, with Carolina, I don't really see much happening. I'm not the biggest
Bryce Young.
I'm not the biggest Bryce Young fan, to be honest with you, since he got into the league. So I would say Tampa, Saints, Falcons, Panthers.
Okay.
Yo, before we move on,
sure.
To quote Austin, it was one of the 11 Velociraptors who got Baker last year.
That's right.
It was one of them.
That's right.
I think it was Al-Shire, bro.
If you guys don't know what he's talking about, you gotta go watch last week's
Tune into
podcast.
the last week's pod.
Tune into last week's podcast.
Now, this next one, Austin's been waiting for this division for the last 2 weeks.
This is the toughest.
This is one of my favorites. Well, I'd wait for the last one and then we can decide, but we got the NFC North. We got the Vikings, the Packers, and the Lions, right? Let's go through it a little bit here. We got the Vikings.
What a division.
Are currently hosting a quarterback competition between Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy, which I think Kyler Murray is going to win that, no doubt about it. I think Kyler Murray is the better quarterback. To me, they have good receivers. They signed Jawan Jennings from San Francisco. They have Jettas. They have Addison. They have who's their running back right now? I can't.
Jordan Mason, I think, is going to be getting the RB1 looks.
Okay,
but
Jordan Mason did some good.
And Aaron Jones.
And
Aaron Jones Senior, yeah.
That's
I
right.
think it's 1A, 1B.
And they still got T.J. Hawkinson.
They have T.J. Hawkinson, but what's most important to that team is Brian Flores' defense. And to me, I think the Vikings can be a top 5 defense, and Kyler Murray has never had that before. So I think
he hasn't.
The Vikings have something to look forward to there. The Bears are my sleeper Super Bowl pick. I think Caleb Williams is going to take a massive step forward. I am a big Ben Johnson fan ever since he was with Miami in 2012 as a quarterback coach, and I've been following him ever since. And I think the Bears are going to have a great year. We then have the Packers, which again are the model of consistency. I think Jordan Love is a really good quarterback. I don't think he's great, but I do think he's really good. And they just, they just happen to always be there, and they always play well. So I always trust the Packers to do well. And then we got our Lions, our Dan Campbell ran Lions, biting people's kneecaps. We got Jared Goff coming back. We have Amon-Ra St. Brown, which is probably one of my top 2 favorite receivers in the NFL. You have Jahmyr Gibbs. You have a great defense.
And you got Sam Laporta.
Yeah, you got Sam Laporta.
J-Mo.
Guys, Jameson Williams. You have
scary team, man.
Such a good.
It's a good team.
This division is just insane. But we're gonna start it off. I'm gonna give you my predictions quickly here, and then you guys can let me know. I'm gonna start off with the Bears at number 1 because again, that's just my Super Bowl sleeper pick. I then have the Lions at number 2. I have the Packers at number 3 and the Vikings at number 4. This division is impossible to choose. The only reason why I have Vikings last is because when you have 2 quarterbacks, you have 0 quarterbacks. And right now, the fact that they are in a quarterback competition doesn't give me, all the faith in the world. I have Packers number 3 because, of course, they lost their defensive coordinator with Jeff Hafley coming over to Miami. But I am a big fan of their new defensive coordinator as well. But I just see the Bears and the Lions just being the 2 powerhouses in that division. But we're going to give it to Austin here. He's our senior writer for the Lions.
Senior casual.
Senior casual for the Certified Casuals podcast. He's our Lions associate.
Yes.
Talk to me about this division, man. How do you see it going? What do you think is going to happen?
It's going to be fun to watch this division. I think We spoke earlier about the South being a wish-wash division. You're not going to have to win a lot of games. On the contrary, you go to the North, you're going to have to win games. If you want to be on top of this division and the way it's playing in football right now, you have to win games because you're going to have teams winning 14, 13, 15. There's going to be teams. Like you said, the Bears are firing. The Bears scare me a lot.
Very.
A lot. But they ain't shit. No, I'm kidding. No, I got it. I got it playing out. Like it's going to be really, really fun football, the NFC North this year. I got the Lions because we've had the year for the coaches to settle in. We've had the team to get adjusted. One of the best offensive lines in football. One of the best offensives in football. When our defense is healthy, mind you, I think it was 26 IR spots last season. Like, you can't win football games with your first and second string gone. So that defense stays healthy, dude. It's a problem. So I really have the Lions, number one, biased or non-biased. I have the Bears a close second. And where things get shaken up for me, if Kyler Murray gets the start, I really think he has something to prove. And we're talking about a top 5 quarterback 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He's never had the caliber receivers he has now.
JJ back there, brother.
Not even close. JJ redemption season. I think it's gonna be fun to watch the Vikings again. So I got the Vikings at 3, but like I said, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be a very high winning division. Like,
wow, so you have the Packers at number 4.
I do, but it's gonna be like a very, very like a 1 win off type of thing, 1 loss off type of thing. This whole division can be won or lost by 1 loss, 1 win. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. How close knit this division is going into these. Maybe there's a little bit of a gap versus the top 2 teams. Like a 2-3 win or loss type of thing to split. But I really think I really don't think the Packers have that much. I don't think Christian Watson's done anything. For him to get his contract,
We talked about
Jordan Love, good quarterback, not great quarterback. I don't know what's going to happen with Josh Jacobs.
Oh, that's
If
right.
that guy catches a case in the middle of the seasons, good luck. Because he's a huge factor with that run game.
Yeah.
But then you have their defense, dude. Micah Parsons, when is he coming back? So
A lot of question marks.
that's a lot of question marks, exactly. So that's how I got it shaped out. And we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Well, I mean, Carlos, you got the Lions jersey on, brother. What do you? How are you seeing this shape out, man? Who do you got? Who do you think? Who do you think is going to win the division? And is there a team that you think could be sneaky? How do you have it?
All right, so I got the Lions winning the division. Austin made a clear case for it. So just piggybacking off of what Austin just stated, it's going to be a comeback season for them. I have the Bears coming in second and do have 3 playoff teams coming from this division. Third place, I'm going to take the Vikings.
Wow.
I think Kyler Murray brings back some of that all-pro Justin Jefferson that we've seen in the past. We've seen that coach really revive quarterbacks' careers, right? Arizona, unfortunately, is not the best place for a
Quarterback whisperer.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I think under the right coaching, we're going to see Kyler Murray really go back to being an excellent quarterback. He's got great weapons around him. And then finishing last, unfortunately, is the Packers. But I think overall, we're going to have a tough season, and I think it's the second toughest division in the league. The toughest division we'll discuss next.
Interesting.
Not
Now,
wrong.
well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. But Jose, Do you have somebody that's not the Lions or the Bears winning that division, or do you think it's pretty status quo here?
I think it's pretty status quo. I got the Lions winning. Jameer Gibbs leading rusher in football, yards and touchdowns.
All right, we know
Guy's
who you're
freaking
we know who you're
animal.
number one overall pick, though.
I got him as a 101 overall in my ranking. So, Amon-Ra's getting ready to have another big season, man. Their schedule is a lot easier this season. They have the easiest schedule in the entire division. So, money. At second, I have the Bears, man. That offense is just so scary. Like it's just that good. Anytime you got Ben Johnson in charge, man, DeAndre Swift, the guy was a zero like 3 seasons ago, and game comes out of nowhere. And then you got Kyle Monangai right behind him. Colston Loveland's a freaking freak. Luther Burden might be, blossoming.
Oh,
So
yeah.
probably the number one receiver there. Rome's still dealing with the foot thing, man. He's probably gonna be a hard pass for me this year, man. I think the talent's still there. But then here's where it gets tricky. I got the Packers going third, and here's the reason why. The Packers are about as that offense is like, yes, it's boring. It runs through Josh Jacobs, but it works.
He's
So
there. If he's there.
he'll be there, man. If he hasn't caught a case by now, bro, he'll play the season. And then you got reliable targets in Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden. Maybe he takes a step forward this season. I'm not too fond of Christian Watson, but then they got my favorite freaking tight end, Tucker Kraft. That guy's another freak,
Great.
Great time.
badass. And then last, dude, I have Minnesota. That quarterback situation is just so murky right now. I've never been super big on Kyler. I think he's got the talent. I think he needs direction. I think he needs to freaking finally mature and stop playing freaking Call of Duty. And then on top of that, man, we can sing Jettas all day, bro. You can't get the man the ball. Good luck. You're not gonna go anywhere. So yeah, I got Detroit, Chicago, Green Bay, and Minnesota.
Okay, Victor, how do you think this division is going to turn out, brother?
I think Jose brought up a good point, and the Lions do have one of the easiest schedules, which is a fact. When you look at the rankings of schedules, which is a big deal. Obviously, you want to have, I'm not gonna say easy because any given Sunday, but there are some schedules that are going to be easier than others. But in this division, it's probably one of the most exciting divisions to watch, especially when you look at Thanksgiving, and you're like, man, I can't wait to see the Lions play the Bears this year. So I think the Lions are still the best team, but I think their window is closing. And if they don't execute this year, whether I know last year they had their, the injuries and all that, but no one cares, right? At the end of the day, if you don't produce, Jared Goff, I don't know how much more time he has with this team. I'll say one more thing about the Lions. I don't know the split, but I think they're a complete different team when they play out of Detroit. And especially Jared Goff, like he plays in an open field. It's like, man, it's just like, what are you looking at? That's just an eye test. But nonetheless, they're still good. I mean, they have so many players that can make a difference. But again, it's going to start with Jared Goff. Then my second team would be, I'll say Chicago, man. I mean, when you look at Caleb and the improvement, I thought after his rookie season, I was like, dude, this guy's not going to be it. But he proved that he can play and he can take that team. And I think, Alejandro, you picked a really good team as a sleeper for the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised if they go out there and beat, the top seed. I don't think they'll be the top seed, but I do think out of this division, you will have 3 playoff teams. I think Carlos hit that right on the nail. The next 2 teams, I'm going to go with the Vikings. When you have Kevin O'Connell as your head coach, I think Kevin O'Connell is probably top 5, coach in the NFL. The guy knows how to manage a team. And then, that defense. I mean, you got to be able to score, but you have to be able to stop teams. And that's something that Brian Flores has been able to do with that defense. And they're scary. That defense will always perform. And then the Packers, listen, maybe Josh Jacob is there physically, but mentally maybe he's not there. And that's a big deal.
A good point, man.
That's a big deal because you can't win games if your mind is not in the game. So I'll pick Lions, Chicago, Vikings, Packers taking a step back, especially losing their defense coordinator. Again, big deal.
Wow. Okay. I mean, listen, I'm loving all this Vikings love. The Vikings are probably my second or third favorite team. I have them last just because of the quarterback competition. But listen, I'm hoping they make it to the playoffs because I'd love to see Kyler in a playoff game.
I'm a big Kyler Murray. Like yes, he's immature, and I think I've mentioned this before, but the guy can play and he can run, he can run, man. And he's never had. I don't think he had the excitement in Arizona. There's no way to not be excited when you have JJ. You have an amazing defense, and they're going to have your back. So I think they'll make the playoffs as the third team in the division.
They definitely have the talent, man. Chevy, do you have it like everybody else? You got Lions, Bears, Vikings, Packers, or you got it looking different?
No, I got it closer to Jose. I mean, I got to go with my boys. I got to go with Detroit. Amon Ra has had me. He's the reason why I've been first place the last 2 years in regular season fantasy because of that man. Apart from Matthew Stafford, again, I don't do anything in the playoffs, but throughout the season has been fantastic.
Looking like the Cowboys, dog.
I know. I gotta go with Detroit first. I'll go with Chicago. At first, when Caleb Williams came out, I thought it was fine, bro. But the way that man throws, the way he finds the pockets, he can throw from anywhere, running to either side. I think, and his wide receiving core, even though young, I think they're solid. I think they all got hands, and I think he'll be able to connect all year. And like Alex said, I think they could make it far, even if they don't win the division. Next, I gotta go with the Packers. I've never been the biggest. I've never been the biggest Kyle Murray fan, to be honest with you. I don't know what it is about his game. I just never have loved it. But again, even if he does win the quarterback race, which I think he will, I think it's going to take him a little bit of time to kind of get adjusted. So I would take the Green Bay just out of experience.
Yeah.
So I would have Detroit, Bears, Packers, Vikings.
Yeah, that's how.
Like Ale, I would say Vikings are my top 4 or 5 favorite teams, but I don't think they're going to be there just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they look this. I'm a Kyler guy, and but the crazy thing about that division is that I take all 4 of those head coaches. I feel like all 4 of those head coaches are great quality head coaches. But now we're going to move on to our final division here, and we're not going to be able to get to any other topic except for our draft here because I already knew we were going to go along with this one. But hey, I wouldn't have it any other way, man. NFC West, we're talking Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, and 49ers. First, we're going to start off with the Seahawks here. Of course, they won the Super Bowl last year. Sam Darnold, who would have thought when he was seeing ghosts that he was going to be able to find a system that works for him. And again, what McDonald is doing over there with his defense and just bringing that Ravens defense over to Seattle. And I feel like Seattle has always had the culture. Like Seattle's never been horrible. They've always had at least a decent team.
They draft well.
Again, they got Sen over there who to me is top 2 receivers in the NFL, maybe top 3, depending on how you want to rank them, depending on the week. Then we have the Rams, who I think is everyone's Super Bowl favorite. I think, again, bringing Myles Garrett there, the possibility of having Aaron Donald there. I even saw they wanted a trade for Vita Vea. I know it's a rumor and it's not probably true, but I would
That
veto
would be
it.
insane.
Same way David
Yeah,
Stern,
veto it.
Chris Paul going to play with Ryan back in the day.
Ridiculous, bro.
And again, you got Matthew Stafford, you got Puka, you got Devontae Adams. That team is just a juggernaut. You got the 49ers, who, again, are always in the mix. You know, Brock Purdy is a good, solid quarterback. George Kittle is a great tight end. They have good receivers. They have a great defense. Kyle Shanahan is a great offensive mind and a great head coach. And prayers out to him because of the car accident that he was in. And then obviously you have the Cardinals. I think nothing of the Cardinals. The only reason why I'm invested in the Cardinals this year is because Carson Beck is a player there. And again, I'm a big fan, so I always like to follow players after they leave. And that's why I'm so excited for the Hall of Fame game, because I think Carson Beck is going to play the majority of the game. Jacoby Brissett's not playing. I don't think Gardner Minshew is going to play anything there. So just seeing a game of Carson Beck plays is going to be fun for me.
Yeah.
But other than that, brother, I mean, and Marvin Harrison looking like
Marvin Harrison.
That team's not going to go anywhere. It's just not. So I have them being Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, Cardinals. That's how I think the division is going to end. It's hard. I know the Seahawks won last year, but it's just hard to get hard to bet against the Rams. So to finish up this division, we're gonna Chevy, we're gonna do with you. We're gonna start with you here. How do you see it going?
I got the same exact thing, man. I'm gonna go with my boy. I mean, second favorite quarterback right after Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna go with Matthew Stafford. I think it's their time. I think Devontae Adams deserves a ring. Adding Myles Garrett to that team is insanity. I don't even want to talk about bringing Aaron Donald, because that would be just incredible to watch.
Illegal.
It'd be really cool to watch, man. I think the Rams are my team to win the Super Bowl. I think I said it a few weeks back. Seattle Seahawks, again, Jackson Smith and Jigba is so nice. It's like when I think of a pure wide receiver, I see him. Great route running, great hands, and their quarterback isn't, I want to say, is the best in the league, but great quarterback nonetheless. But the fact that they won, still very impressive. I think that experience will take them through. Again, San Francisco after that, I feel like they're always riddled with injuries.
Always.
So hopefully it's a little bit different this year. They have a lot of players that I like to watch, like Brock Purdy, McCaffrey, George Kittle. They have a great squad that is always entertaining to watch. But again, these injuries, you never know. And then the Cardinals have gone downhill since Larry Fitzgerald left. So who gives a damn?
That's the right way of saying it.
That is.
Jose, talk to me, brother.
All right, so it's a very similar order, man. I got the Rams winning this division, possibly winning the Super Bowl this year. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams. Now you got Blake Corum coming out of that backfield, which is insanity, man. He showed that he could be probably even the starter there if you really think about it. Just a reliable.
The off-season training video.
Yeah, bro, ridiculous. Guys,
it's terrifying.
It's terrifying. Yes, it's terrifying. Good defense, man. It's about as all-round of a team as you can get. LA's gonna win that division for sure. Seattle, I see them taking a step back, man. They did lose some talent, Kenneth Walker, and going back to back's really hard. So I mean, they could do it. It's no easy feat. But then you got that juggernaut of the Rams in the same division. If that connection between Njigba and Sam Darnold could stay, and we could be looking at a new superstar here in Jadarian Price. I don't know. He's kind of boom or bust guy. I don't really know, but we'll have to see. Good offensive line, so he should be able to run well. Third,
it's an easy one. If you
49ers.
Cardinals,
No, 49ers. Such a nah, bro, chill. Ain't that such a sad story, man. Kyle Shanahan, with the car crash, George Kittle not looking good. And now news broke that Ricky Pearsall is going to need probably surgery in the PCO. They thought it'd get better with time. Nah, dog. You needed surgery yesterday. That being said, man, you don't count out Christian McCaffrey. That guy's going to eat all the balls. Everything's going to go his way. Then you got Mike Evans. And just keep a close eye. There's a rookie wide receiver. I forget his name, but he's right under Ricky. Just keep your eyes peeled on that guy. He might blossom. And what to say about Arizona, man? Jeremiah Love. Carson Beck. As much as I love him, he's probably gonna be trash in the NFL. Just say how I see it, bro. Marv just hasn't shown anything that quote unquote dominating wide receiver, bro. You got Michael Wilson out playing you in training camp, bro. Like,
don't sleep on that guy, right?
Who? Michael Wilson?
I got mad love for him after last year's fantasy run.
My dog, bro. I love Michael Wilson, dude.
He's a dog.
Obviously, Jeremiah Love, man. I think that's just they got talent there, man, but it's so ugly.
No, it's just not enough. And I'm honestly not I don't know how good Matt LaFleur is going to be as a coach. If he's anything like his brother, he should have some success. But who knows? Victor, how do you see it, brother?
One of the best games I watched last year, I will not forget. It was a Thursday night football game. I was out drinking. We were out watching this. I think I was with you, Ale. I was with you. It was Seahawks and Rams.
Yes.
We were watching that game, and we're like, what a crappy game. I get home. My brother texts me, hey, are you watching this? And, Rams are up 30-14 with like 6 minutes to go, give or take. They tie the game, and then Seahawks win in overtime. Mind you, I believe this was the second game of the season that they played, and I believe the Rams had lost the first game already. So I think they lost to the Seahawks twice. When that happened, I was like, okay, this team has something real. It's not just the playoffs, but they really have aspirations. So one of the most exciting games I've watched, because I watched again in overtime. I thought it was over. With that being said, Rams will go, and I think they've been my pick. So as long as they don't do that again and give up a game, I mean, you need talent, you need some luck, you need some health to win a Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford is not 25 anymore, so I believe he's like over 37, 38 years old. But if you can protect him and everybody can play their game, I mean, why would this team not win a Super Bowl, right? After that, you still have the Super Bowl champs, so of course I like to see go out there and fight. Yes, they lost pieces, but when you have that 12 man, and yes, I think that's still a thing. When you play at home and they're loud, and that fan base does make a difference. I'm not a big Brock Purdy guy. Because his first game in the NFL was against the Dolphins, where he completed 25 out of 37 passes, 2 touchdowns, and he emerged. I still don't think he's good, man. Last year he wasn't on the field, and we were talking about, is he going to be the guy? Is it going to be Mac Jones? Like, who's going to be? I just don't like. I don't think Brock Purdy. I think he's just playing above with that system. I mean, Shanahan,
Yeah, he's a system.
McCaffrey's a product of the system.
It's a system. Like, put him anywhere else. Who is he going to be? I don't think he's the same person. And then the Cardinals, man. I kind of hope they win more games than the Dolphins, because the Dolphins are going to be bad. I want them to be really bad. I love the Dolphins, but I have to bring them up in this conversation because we're talking about the Cardinals being the worst team, right? in the NFL. So if they tank or they just suck and they get that number one draft pick and we're number two, like that would suck, you know. So I just wish if that does come down to that. I hope we suck more and get the number one pick. But the Cardinals, yes, they have good pieces, man. Jeremiah Love. Hopefully they don't destroy his career or like help him be good because he was great in Notre Dame. Like this team is gonna be bad, especially playing in the NFC. So those are my teams.
They're gonna be bad, and there's only so much I think he's gonna be able to help it. Like look at Ashton Genty last year with the Vegas Raiders. Like you can get a great running back, but if you don't have the pieces around, you're not gonna do it. Austin, you got the Cardinals winning the division, or how do you see it though?
That's exactly what I had, dude. Jeremiah Love is going for 2,500 yards, 30 touchdowns. No. No. I definitely have it as exactly how everybody has it. I've got it. Rams, that's a really hard squad to beat. And Matthew Stafford, so much love for that guy. So much love. He's hands down probably top 3 quarterbacks for me of all time. Like, of just my opinion, like my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I got him, and then I got.
Who are your other two? Just out of my curiosity.
Other two would probably be Peyton Manning and John Elway.
Okay.
And that's just deep loyalty. But no. Besides that, I've got the Seahawks going back to second. I don't have them going back to Super Bowl, but I've got them still having a good season. I don't think they digress that much. I really think their rookie running back, Ja'Marr Price, he's going to impress a lot of people. He could be a full 3-down back, and then when Zach Charbonnet comes back, that's going to be a great 1-2 punch. Niners, man, they need to move their practice facility. I'm starting to believe that whole power plan thing, that conspiracy. I'm fully invested in that conspiracy, dude. Like, you have one of the biggest freaks of nature that I've ever seen in Fred Warner. Bust his Achilles just running off the sideline. Like, come on. Like, they're a really good team, but it's a really good division. You have to be great. And I don't think they're great yet. I think they have great players, but I don't think as a whole they're a great team. I think they're a really good team. But then Cardinals are just... I would like to see the Cardinals do something. I don't think... Now we're talking bottom feeders here. I don't think Jacoby Brissett's the worst quarterback. I don't think he's the worst. I think he's going to get the start. I do want to see Michael Wilson, what he can do this season, because after emerging last season, I don't want that to be a fluke. I think the guys, I'm not saying play style wise, I'm saying like personality, thought process. I think he's a dog. I think he's just like Amon Ra. Like he just wants to go out there, work hard, and win. So I like that. I love that mentality when it comes to football. So I would love to just see them do something. And I really do want. I've been saying it from the jump. I want to see what Jeremiah Love. I want to see, like, this is a generational prospect. The way he's been talked about. This guy does a couple cuts, and it's all over social media. Like, is this the best rookie you've ever seen in training camp? Like,
yep.
With that much hype around him, I want to see what happens when you evolve into a big man's world. You know what I'm saying? He's a big man, but these are all grown ass men. So let's see what they can do.
Yeah, let's see what he can do, man. Carlos, finish it off here with the division. How do you see it going? Any chance you got the Cardinals winning?
No, I'm gonna take a little controversial take, but
Shocker.
I think the 49ers are gonna win the division.
Whoa!
I think it's gonna be like a game difference, right?
You ran too much today, bro. You ran too many miles, bro.
Victor's gonna be for that, dog.
I see it happening. Brock Purdy finally has an alpha wide receiver, Evans, right? And then that defense, right? These guys are fully healthy. Hopefully they can stay that way, but you can't deny Kyle Shanahan's excellence and their grittiness and just the way they can win games. They were in the Super Bowl not too many years ago.
How long ago, man? Yeah.
So I wouldn't put the Niners finding a way to win the division I have the Rams finishing second. They're a powerhouse, but hopefully Stafford can stay healthy and Devontae Adams, no injuries, right? The Seahawks see finishing third, but I do think that same thing. There's going to be 3 playoff teams in this division. And then the Cardinals, just like Vic said, they're going to be fighting with the Dolphins for the number 1 pick.
And the Jets. Don't leave them out of it. It's the Jets. Hey, but listen, boys. I love it. I think we broke down the NFC perfectly. It's always nice to have receipts. We're gonna see what happens. And again, the best part about this is that none of us know anything, and it can go either way. And again, the year hasn't even started. The teams aren't even complete. That's the beauty of it. And honestly, I don't think we're too far off with all of our predictions.
I don't think so.
But we're gonna find out because again, one injury can change the whole thing. So let's finish off this episode with our draft. We're going to be drafting our favorite animated shows/movies of all time. Everyone is gonna have 3 picks here. As always, we're going to do the snake draft, and as always, I'm gonna do it in the order that I see it here on my screen. So we're gonna go Chevy, Austin, Vic, Carlos, Jose, myself, and then back in that order. Chevy with the number 1 overall pick.
Let me go my first one, which is my favorite animated movie of all time, and it's the first Lion King.
Great choice. Austin.
Yeah. I hope we're considering this anime, and if it's not, I can pivot. I mean, animation. The best at this current moment, one of the best. Damn, dude, I'm gonna have a hard time with this one. This whole topic's gonna throw me off so bad. This whole draft, but I'm gonna go with just initial gut reaction at this current moment, and I'm just trying to think back. I've got only one show animated wise that competes with it. Invincible is the greatest animated show I've ever seen, so I'm gonna put that as my number 1. I'll come back on the back half with the number 1 movie.
Okay, I like it. I mean, it's all about having a well balanced team here. Victor.
All right, so let me try to go fast with this. But what's the one animated show that has lived forever, that has done games on Game Boy, that is watched by millions,
Simpsons.
that is played on a phone? Pokemon. Come on, Pokemon.
Incredible.
I mean, the 150, what is it? The original 150. Now there's like 1,000 of them, Pokemon. But
yeah,
I think Pokemon will never die. So
Pokemon's
I gotta
incredible.
go with that as my number.
I love it. And you know what I love about Victor is that Victor's a storyteller. He likes to, he's a teller of stories, and I like that. Carlos.
Doesn't die, bro.
All right, animated movies, give me Shrek 2. I think that's one of my favorite.
I love Shrek, dog.
Specific.
I like
I
it,
love
dude.
Shrek.
No,
Even though
Shrek
I prefer Shrek 1, but Shrek 2 is a great movie.
2.
People disagree. It's a hot take, but nonetheless.
It's a good movie, man.
That is a nice boulder.
Jose.
All right, so Victor took my first overall pick. Favorite animated show or movie? Can't go wrong with Dragon Ball, bro.
Oh,
Can't go wrong with
I
it.
love me some Dragon Ball Z.
Great choice. Sometimes I like going last because I'm able to get 2 in a row. I am going to start off with the number 1 overall pick. I mean, I've been watching it since I was a kid. I don't think anybody could ever go wrong with it. I have to go with Family Guy as my number 1 overall pick. I am a Family Guy connoisseur. I think I've seen almost every episode. It's just, you put it on, you might lose a few brain cells, but man, that shit is funny, man.
It doesn't die.
And it doesn't die. It doesn't die. And you know why? It's because they make fun of everyone.
Yeah.
And that's the
Like
beauty.
South Park, dude.
It's like South Park, exactly. Now, for my number 2 overall pick, I'm going to go with a movie now just to have a little variety here. And in my opinion, this movie has probably the best soundtrack of all time.
Tarzan.
And I'm going to go with
Tarzan.
Tarzan.
Fast.
Absolutely crushes it. And
Yeah.
I don't think there's a debate there. Jose, number 2.
All right, so for my second overall pick, man, I have to go with Hercules, bro.
Good movie. Hercules is a great movie.
Ralph would have
Hercules, man.
Ralph loves Hercules. All right, great choice. Carlos.
I don't know if you guys, well, I don't know if you want to consider this, but this is actually like anime, but give me One Piece, actual show.
Long as hell, but
Long, no, long as hell. But hey, anime counts. Anime counts. It doesn't matter. All right. Great choice. Choice for the people. I'm sure a lot of people love that show. Victor.
I gotta go with the movie now. I think the Inside Out 1 and 2, man. It reaches.
Inside Out is a good one.
Inside Out's good.
And when you talk about emotions in 2025 or whatever year it came out, I think it's.
That's gonna get me crying thinking about Bing Bong, dog.
I never saw it.
It's a great movie.
Oh,
gotta watch it,
It's
man.
awesome, dude. You gotta watch it.
really good.
I will. I like it. Austin, second pick.
You guys kind of messed me up a little bit with like all the nostalgic movies, like Hercules.
Yeah, me too.
Tarzan. So you kind of shook me up for a little bit, but I'm gonna stay true to what I was thinking about because it's like anytime I'm going through like a little bit of a rough patch or like I'm in a bad mood, I put this movie on, dude, and I just chill. And I just have a good time. And it might be crazy to hear, but Surf's Up is
Surf's
one of
Up
my
is a
favorite-
great
Oh,
one of my favorite animated movies of all time, bro.
Great movie, man. Great movie. I like it. Chevy.
All right, so I got 2, right? I'm going
Let's
to go with a show. And since Vic took Pokemon, I got to go Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
Like
Growing up, that was one of my favorite things ever to watch. And we'll go back to a movie and a feel-good movie for me, and I always thought it was funny growing up. And it's such an easy watch. Give me Shark Tale with Will Smith. Two people said damn, and I knew it was coming.
Great pick, man.
Such a good movie, dude.
Such a good movie. I just think about
so great, bro.
You get a whale of a wash in the price. Oh my gosh.
That's not the way you sing that song, man.
Shout out to Ziggy, bro. Shout out to Ziggy. Austin,
I'm gonna go with a show for my last one, just because I think it's one of the most well put together animated shows of all time, and yeah, I'm gonna go with Avatar, dude. The Last Airbender.
Great show.
I like
Great show.
I've got an honorable mention that never dies. I don't know if you want me to wait till the end or just
Go ahead,
now.
go ahead.
Wait to the end, just in case, because maybe it's an honorable mention, Victor.
If it's for friends who do stuff together.
SpongeBob.
That was it. It never dies, bro. That was it.
I knew. Listen, I that was my pick.
Dog, you is for you
and
and
when
me.
Austin
Guys,
said, I'm
dog.
like, shut up. Wait your turn. Hey, man, SpongeBob, man. Like,
Nice,
everybody
nice.
watches SpongeBob, man. Kids.
Oh,
For real.
SpongeBob, bro. That's
Cool
such a
people.
great cool,
So, yeah,
man.
SpongeBob is
Carlos.
never dies.
SpongeBob's the best, man. I'm gonna stick with the shows and give me the Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, great show.
Nice.
Cosmo.
Nice.
I always wanted one of those, brother. I always wanted one of those.
I'm still waiting for mine, bro.
Great show, man. Great show. Jose, final
Oh my
picks.
god.
All right, so for
Crazy.
my final pick, man, I was thinking about one, but I want to keep it a little known. Obviously from a different time. Give me Gundam, bro. I used to watch that a lot when I was growing up.
I don't know what that is, I think.
That's what he probably watches that while he eats his butterscotch and his.
Damn right, bro.
And
And his
washes it
lifesaver.
down with some lifesavers.
It's like it's like some like piloted robots, bro, and like the guy like sits inside it, and it's like it's anime.
It's huge in
Honorable
Japan.
mention.
It's huge in Japan. I'm sure it
Kurt,
is.
Yes.
Honorable mention to Courage the Curly Dog, dude.
Oh, you're
No,
lucky
they-
you're not taking Courage the Dog, so hold on tight. I got one more pick. For my final pick, yeah, I can say a few honorable mentions. I'm the last pick here. There's a few options. I can go shows and I can go The Simpsons.
Go to.
I can go to a movie, and for me personally, it's one of my favorite movies. Y'all can say what you want, but Finding Nemo is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Solid.
No judgment here, dog. Moana is one of my favorite movies.
Moana's great. Shout out to my wife Cinderella. She's up there on that one.
Dude,
Hey, that's a badass
Carlos
movie.
messed me up though with the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
I have not heard. It just like the second he said, I'm like, oh my god! Remember when they did the Jimmy Neutron swap up? The Jimmy Neutron,
Jimmy Neutron swap up was great.
Again, you got
crazy.
South Park. South Park is
South
another.
Park is.
Hey, shout out Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Morty's a great King of the Hill.
King
but
of
for
the
my
Hill.
final pick to finish this off here, to finish this off, I'm going to go with Ed, and Eddie.
That's a good one too.
Breakers.
That's a good one too.
And now,
the big jawbreakers.
Yeah, like it's real sketchy, but back in the day, that was one of my favorite shows of all time. But anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. If you guys stayed all the way through, make sure to like, subscribe to the video. We appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week.